Hello everyone, I hope you're all keeping well. Today I'm just sharing with you a small little notebook journal that I've put together, and I've used the remaining papers from my guest design team package for Couture Creations, and I really appreciate being able to be a guest designer for them. I've really enjoyed it, and basically I've used everything they sent me in all the papers and things like that. So this is actually, the papers are from the My Secret Love collection by Couture Creations. I've also used plenty of my my snippets from Crafty Me shop. I've gone through this and used some of the lace pieces that were in there, and I'll just show you what I've done. One of the things in this book is actually a recent design team project for Helmar, which is Helmar Glues, and that's this lovely lady on the front of the journal there, and I'll show you that in a moment. The front of the cover is in the Couture Creations paper. I've made the cover using that and some fabric as well. I've just put the word notes on the front there with a scattering of flowers and applique pieces from Crafty Me shop. I have lace from Crafty Me shop down the spine there as well, and it is a soft cover journal. I've put a little pocket on the back here, and using up the scraps of the My Secret Love collection. And that is a postcard from the collection also that I've just covered in a piece of tulle, because this was actually like a shiny paper like this piece here. This piece is layered over the top. The rest of it is underneath, just to take a bit of that shine away. And I've put some lovely vintage applique pieces down there. There's grey stitching throughout the journal. And the lady on the front is actually a jumbo paper clip that I made for a recent design team project for Helmar. And I'll put a link to that in the description box below. It's a tutorial on how I made them. And that's the back there. I found these paper clips, oh, I was going to say recently, on my last trip to the op shop basically. But that was a couple of months ago now, because they've been closed ever since. So that's what I've got. I've just made a little pocket there. It's you can see it a little bit, but not too much. And she just slides in there for decoration. You can either use her on the outside as decoration, on the inside, or wherever you like. So we'll just put those things to the side at the moment. And the closure is some of the beautiful mesh lace from Crafty Me shop. It's just a piece that was left over. I think I've only got small pieces of that left. It's absolutely beautiful lace. It's what I covered my lamp in. It's one of the leftover pieces. So here we go. This is the inside cover. As you can see, it's got this lovely fabric, which was an old pillowcase. I do have some stamping. This is the butterfly stamp from Couture Creations also. I have put a piece of extra fabric in the spine there. I zigzagged that on the cover before sewing in the signatures. It is one large signature. And there's, like I said, grey stitching and vintage little embroidered trims throughout as well. So I'll just keep going. And of course this is a paper from Couture Creations as well. And that's baking paper on that side, just to have that little bit of touchy-feely thing going there. I've punched out some flowers and put some lovely stickles, which is the mercury glass stickles on there. And another little offcuts. An applique piece, some graph paper. This is just some leftover trim from Crafty Me shop with some eyelash trim and a lovely silk flower. And here we have another lovely paper clip that I've just popped into this pocket here. This is a lovely little a blue one. She has a dimensional flower that goes through her hand there. I have a tag here that goes in like that. We have some stamping throughout, various stamps. I've used some of the Couture Creations stamps for the My Secret Love collection. I also used one that was my own and another from the Steampunk Dreams collection by Couture Creations. I will show you that when I come to it. More lovely trims, more offcuts from Crafty Me shop. That's actually a piece from this beautiful lace here from Crafty Me shop. I love that. It's the palest pink. A couple of tags here using the scraps of paper. And that is that little stamp from Steampunk Dreams. Just a nice little butterfly one there. And they just, this is a paper bag, and they just go into that little fold at the bottom there. Got a lovely vintage button sewn on the front there, and a little booklet inside, like that. And it's just made up of the little scrap pieces from the pages. And that's pretty much what it is all the way through. I've put a bit of seam binding there. I think it was Roseanne I saw put a little bit of fabric or seam binding in one of her journals, and I liked that idea. So that's Roseanne from Roxy Car 11. So I've just used that same method there. Thank you, Roseanne, for that. And just a little bit of stamping. And you can see I've just joined some pieces together to make the pages in this little booklet here. So that's just sits in that little bag. Oh, and I stitched that button on there just to keep that, you know, all together so they would slot in, and they're just the threads at the back. Another little pocket here, and I've put tulle over the top of that as well. And I just have two printouts on photocopy paper of those two ladies, which I thought would be nice to put in that pocket. Little bow, more stamping, applique pieces from Crafty Me shop, and some more. Oh no, don't really know what I was thinking. Oh, this was going to go on one of the ladies' dresses, but I decided not to use it, so I'd, rather than, you know, do anything else with it, I've put it on the front of this tag piece, so you can write on there if you want to, and you can write on the back as well, with some coffee stained applique pieces, and that's just part of the paper collection. And some, that's from Crafty Me shop, that lovely, this sort of thing again, a little bit of my own blue lace and a little vintage trim there. Some fabric and sari silk and applique piece. Some vintage trim. This is another paper bag. It's got a fold up, so we've got pocket. This is cut out from one of the papers, and I've just put some tea stain paper behind it. And that goes in the front there. That's one of my collage pieces I made a while ago. Another tag here with some seam binding. And they're all stitched and backed as well. Seam binding at the top. I think that was from Gail. And just another little cutout. And this one's actually got a little pocket. I don't have anything in it, but it's nice to have places where you can put things. So not everything has to be filled in a journal. You've got to leave spaces that can be filled. And this one here as well, and that one's just a little pocket that goes that way, and they go on that side. The same as the other one, stamp from Couture Creations, some more vintage trim, and that's My Secret Love collection, that butterfly stamp. A lovely flower up there. More of the paper collection, some more trims, and the edge piece off a Crafty Me shop lace. Just a bit of tulle that was left from the lady's dress, some stamping. Another little pocket made of the scraps, and there's some of the edge of the papers. And that's another Crafty Me shop lace up the top there. Really lovely lace, that one. A butterfly down here. Stamping, that's a edge piece, that's a scrap piece of Crafty Me shop lace. Also, it's like almost like a chantilly lace with a little doily piece and flower in the centre there. A butterfly. It's actually two, but there was too much glue showing, so I put a layer of tulle and another butterfly on top. I zigzagged the butterfly and left a couple of pieces for the antenna. We have a pocket here with a couple more tags from the paper collection. And they go in there. They add a nice little bit of colour. Some more vintage trim. Love the daisy trim. Just a little tag as well with a stamp on the back, and that goes in that little lip there. More of the trim. That last little bit, I think, of that beautiful ribbon from Crafty Me shop. It's absolutely gorgeous, that ribbon. And I think that was that was in the little snippets jar. So it's used. That opens up, and it has some stamping on that side. And more trims down there. Bit of stamping. That's the other side with the baking paper, and this is the last page here. And I have my last little paperclip lady here. And there she is. Isn't she beautiful? And that is the back page there. I've just made like a little belly band there. And if you didn't want to have your paper clips in here, that could be just a place to store it. You could make one of those long, skinny notepads as well to fit in there. But that's just where I'm keeping her. But without the paper doll ladies there, it's quite a decent size. They do tend to add to the bulk of it, but I do like them in there. But what you can do, just let me get it. If you had like a storage container or something like that, when I was making them, I had them just lined up along this box here, and they looked ever so pretty. So that's another idea you can do with your paperclip ladies. If you've got a storage box, you can make them and line them up, or just add them to your storage in some way, and they're ever so pretty, because if that's on the desk, it almost looks like they're sitting down as well. So that's just another idea of what you could use them for, or on your gifts to other people as well, as bag toppers would be lovely as well. So I hope you like the notebook journal that I've made. I really did enjoy making it. Let me just pop that back in like that. I love making these sorts of paper dolls. They're a lot of fun, and they all turn out similar, but they're always a little bit different. You can see I've used a beautiful vintage trim around her dress there, and in her hat like that, and a little bit of glitter. What is it called? Winker Stella pen on her shawl and her necklace as well. So I really do hope you enjoyed seeing that journal. It was a pleasure to make it. It was nice to finish off my Couture Creations papers that I was sent. I've thoroughly enjoyed that, and it was lovely to use some of my Crafty Me shop scraps as well. And of course I used the Helmar fabric glue for all the gluing in this book, and a lot of sewing as well. So I'm not sure if this is up for sale. If it is, it won't be anytime soon. I'm not planning on selling anything at the moment, you know, until postage and everything like that gets back to normal. I just think things need to settle down quite a lot before I do that. But if you're interested, let me know, and I can always just put it aside for you. But it won't be sent off because I just don't know how the mail is going to, whether it's working properly yet or not. So I hope you enjoyed this, like I said, and take care, everybody. Bye-bye.